Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network. Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
At Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, we're proud to be locally owned and operated because we're not just a bank, we're family. When you call, you'll be greeted by a friendly representative who's ready to discuss your banking needs, as well as offer our competitive rates on CDs and money market accounts. Our loan decisions are made in-house and never sold to a secondary market because our commitment is simple. You matter to us. At Lawrenceburg Federal, we offer all the conveniences of larger banks with a personal touch. Join us at Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, where community, trust, and service come together.
LUS is committed to our customers, from providing and maintaining energy-efficient utility services to friendly, helpful customer service. LUS is there. At LUS, we're always challenging everything we know, every day. We strive to improve efficiency and reliability while focusing on our responsibility to our customers and the community. It's our promise to provide dependable service to our customers every time, because we don't just work in Lawrence County, we live here too.
Make your lawn a legacy. At Legacy Lawn and Landscapes, we put more than 16 years of experience into your goals. We won't meet your expectations, we'll exceed them. We offer consultation, installation, maintenance, hardscapes, construction, and land clearing services. Owner John and Jamie Brewer with their team are dedicated to providing the highest quality landscape services to commercial and residential clients in Middle Tennessee. Service, teamwork, results. That's how you leave a legacy.
LUS is committed to our customers. From
C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome everybody here to Exports Live, brought to you by C&B Linen. AJ Good joined alongside by Kate Schultz. Michael Marks a little bit under the weather. He has a big life update coming up. We'll let him share that with you when we're back here on Wednesday. But another weekend just full of crazy weather, especially Saturday night going into Sunday, and kind of made your life a little hectic this morning, didn't it, Kate?
It did, a little bit. I'm thankful to be able to do. I call it the Sandlot. I actually still got my. If y'all can see this, I got my lesson planned for my lessons.
Well, there you go.
Made out, yeah.
Nice.
And that's from week 1 and 2, and got everything.
It's got the game plan.
Game plan on there, and so I made that, and we've had to move some things around a little bit as far as the location, and we got a lot of rain yesterday. I mean, it seemed like it rained all day.
Yeah.
Especially going to church yesterday morning, then going out to eat and come home, took a little nap, and then woke up and it was still raining. Go back to church yesterday evening. But yeah, what's the update how about Babe Ruth games tonight?
As far as I know,
still on.
Again, we're recording this before we know anything, but as far as
Right.
I know, games are still on. I drove by Denver Trap earlier today, and there was some water behind home plate, but I didn't see anything on the actual infield. So hopefully games will go on as scheduled. That way, not having to play again on Thursday. Not that that's a problem or anything, but I
Right.
know makes it, when you know that you're playing every Monday and
Yeah,
Tuesday,
for sure.
people certainly would like that a little bit
Exactly.
better than having that schedule constantly move around. But,
Right.
Kate, we got some breaking news literally happening today, or
Mm-hmm.
just about an hour ago. Lawrence County finally getting its new principal, and it's a name that we know very, very well in Matt Calvert.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I actually seen that in between my lessons. I got a notification and it popped up, and I was good to see that.
Yeah.
Excited for him. Of course, AD there my 4 years when me graduating in 23. So always had a lot of respect for Coach Calvert. Enjoyed being around him, and I'm excited to see how he leads the Wildcats at being the head up there. So,
Yeah, it's we know him very well. Matt's done a great
Yeah.
job in with the athletic department. He's been very, very good to us
For sure.
And what we've
Yes.
been doing. Very excited for him to get the post, and I know he'll be around a lot.
Right.
But certainly his life is going to get a little bit more hectic having to be a
Yes.
principal. He'll still be at probably pretty much every athletic event, but there's
Right.
a lot more now that goes into it.
Yes. You know there is, and of course with Mr. Joyner stepping down, retiring, I guess,
Yeah.
is what took place. I love Mr. Joyner, and he was there through the end of my high school time. But yeah, I'm excited to see Mr. Calvert getting the position, and I think Lawrence County's got a few assistant.
Yeah. Principals.
Principals, don't they?
and
So-
as far as
so
I know,
as
none
far-
of them are leaving.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So that's what I was getting to. I didn't think none of them was leaving. So obviously he'll have some good help with Rachel Moore, I think's there, and Jill Maddox, and I don't know who else. Amanda Land helps a lot. She's still there. So he's surrounded by very good help, and things will, Lord willing, go good for him.
Yeah,
So that's great.
absolutely. Just keep it going, and
Yeah.
we'll have a lot of good stuff going on athletic wise. And they
Absolutely.
got to hire a new AD, and
Yep.
we'll see who
Excited
that
to see.
is. I'm sure people in their mind have an idea who
Right.
that's going to be,
Right.
but until they hire,
Yeah.
that's up to Matt and all them to take care of that. That will be
Absolutely.
his first big hire right
Yep.
off the get go. Is
Yep.
find him an athletic director. Well, the big news going on this weekend, Kate, was the College World Series. Obviously, I'm feeling really good. First time in school history, the Mountaineers are going to Omaha. They will be joined on their side of the bracket. Their first game will be against Troy. Also, you got North Carolina, Ole Miss, and just wrapping up today, we'll have Texas and Georgia, and Oklahoma, Texas and Georgia. That will be a really good matchup on the other side of the bracket, plus Oklahoma and Alabama. So you have an all SEC side of the bracket. 5 SEC teams will be going over to Omaha. So you look at it, one Big 12, one Sun Belt, one ACC, and 5 SEC teams going to
about that?
Omaha.
Yeah, how many was it 5 of the 7? Wasn't there 7 in Supers?
Yeah.
And then-
well, they were also we had Auburn and Ole Miss playing each other, and then Mississippi
that's
State
right.
and Georgia. So the tops you were going to get in for 5. So
Right.
not bad for them.
And like you mentioned with WVU, I mean, with atmosphere, that's as close. And watching some of this past WVU's games at home, almost just basically like a SEC game anyway. So they could count as probably one in it too. A lot of people may not like that, I don't guess, but it's good to see. Good to see those SEC teams get in there, and always very competitive, very competitive conference. Very good talent, very very good talent. Like we were talking about the other day, AJ. There's good talent everywhere.
There is,
and there's good baseball everywhere.
Yep.
And you see that with Troy getting in this year. I think they took care of Little Rock pretty well.
Yeah.
Pretty good there. But it was good. You know, the Cinderella stories you see at times, and it's just fun to watch. And I almost enjoy watching college baseball more than I do MLB.
Yeah.
You know,
it's just hard to replicate those atmospheres when you play 162 regular season games, especially when you go on like the playoff atmospheres in Major League Baseball are incredible.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But you know, it's just something like every single one of these sites. Even though they've done it before, like North Carolina's done it before, but they had they blew their first game, dominated in game 2, had to come from behind there in game 3 and won it on a walk-off. That place exploded. Georgia was incredible this weekend. Alabama looked incredible. Texas was great. You know, a lot of people gave a lot of praise to what was going on at West Virginia. Troy, that place only seats 2,500. They had almost 7,000 for both of those games. They were squeezing people into that place. It's just not many people talk about college baseball the way that they should talk about it. It's an incredible atmospheres.
I'd have to agree. Yeah, and I didn't watch I seen just the highlights from Troy, and I just seen the highlights from Troy and Little Rock, but and I was trying to I wanted to try to see if my buddy Dylan Alonzo was going to get to come in. He actually didn't, but Troy only used 4 or 5 pitchers in them 2 games.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll be able to get an outing and come in and throw in the World Series games. Hopefully they don't go up there and go 0-2.
I kind of do.
But that's right. When I said that, I just remembered you saying
we play
West Virginia WVU's got Troy opening it up.
Yeah, we do, and I hope for your sake he doesn't go out there against them because they are rolling.
Yeah, they are
right now offensively. Right. And Cade, 6. Here's how big home field advantage was. 6 of the 8 super regional hosts won to go on. The only ones that didn't were Auburn and Kansas, and Ole Miss looked really good in that series. The second one had come from behind. Win and hit some big home runs there late in the bottom of the 8th going into the 9th. Georgia and Mississippi State played 2 wild games there in Athens. I mean, they play during the day. The ball jumps out of that place during the day, especially when you got a bunch of huge left-handed hitters and you got a short porch 314 to right. It's something when you can hit a towering home run and that might land in someone's front yard or backyard like it does there in Athens.
Right. I don't know that. Just me being ignorant, I guess. I don't know that part.
Yeah.
Just by. Let me look it up real quick. Look at it.
But
you said 314 down the line?
And it's 350 to left. Yeah, it's an odd-looking ballpark, but the ball just jumps out of there in Athens. It's a very homer-friendly ballpark, especially if you're a left-handed hitter. It's left-handed hitters typically do well in Knoxville, too, with the short porches out there to right. I mean, they have short porches to left as well, but it's an incredible atmosphere because you have, he's pulling up a picture right now. That's up there. It's like someone's house. They have all this going on, so it's 350 layer.
Oh, it's a little short porch there. And
very, very hitter friendly, but saw a lot of offensive explosions.
Is that all turf? I wonder.
No, that's grass. But another thing, Kate, too. 7 of the 8 series were 2-game sweeps. Only one went to an extra game, which was North Carolina.
And I think that goes back. I think we mentioned last week getting that game 1 win. Just that.
Yeah,
it just goes to show you right there the confidence you got going into game 2.
Yeah.
It just shows you right there. I mean, it really does. No matter really how much more talented the other team is, or if they're not as much talented.
Right.
Getting that first win and knowing you're coming out that next game to go to the College World Series, and then the other team is okay. I'm losing and going home.
Yeah.
You can use that for your advantage, or it can get the best of you.
Yeah.
And it shows.
Yeah, I'm looking. North Carolina certainly had to use a lot of their pitching. Auburn, Ole Miss sort of did. West Virginia didn't. Troy didn't. Oklahoma didn't. Alabama didn't. Texas didn't, but Georgia really did because they played 2 high-scoring games. And again, and here's the thing: you play a lot of these teams play in these hitter-friendly ballparks, Kate, but they're going to Omaha at that new ballpark, and that is not a hitter-friendly ballpark at all. It's very pitcher-friendly, so they're going to have to adapt what they do.
Yeah.
Long ball does, especially at night. Long ball does not play well.
Yeah,
there.
right. And, that's just, like you just said, that's just on the tablets, I guess you could say. Figuring out, their opponents, like after today, they'll know all the matchups. You'll know all the matchups. You know by this time, probably, I guess everybody's probably by this time played 60 games.
Yeah,
I assume.
Right, around that.
Yeah. So several hitters in every lineup has probably got 200 plus at bats, maybe more. So with how technology is, how everything is, them guys is looking on tablets, is looking on how batters, how they do in certain counts, and then like you just said, taking the ballpark in consideration and the environment, and they'll be studying that. They will be.
Yeah, and bodes well for my guys because they lead all of NCAA with RBIs off singles. So, we can play small ball. Obviously, this weekend we can play long ball. But, if you're a team that's used to manufacturing runs, steals, double steals, West Virginia did that a bunch of times. That works well over there in Omaha with a very pitcher-friendly ballpark. So we'll see how that plays out. See if Georgia and Texas and Alabama and Oklahoma and that whole side can still play long ball. It's be very interesting.
And as far as the hitter side, maybe look at taking more of a simpler approach to the plate. Look at going middle away, maybe looking at middle away 0-0. Come up 0-0, maybe go ahead and look at getting spread out, being short and simple to the ball, trying to square up the baseball and put it right over the second baseman's head, right over the shortstop's head, and work at it that way. And like you mentioned, don't worry about that launch angle. Don't worry about all that good stuff. I know the tempo's going to be high. I know the energy's going to be high, but just try to go out there and win the ball game.
Yes, and we'll get more into it on Wednesday on Exports Live there on Wednesday. We're coming up next, Cade. We'll talk about another instant classic, Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals, Game 3 of the NBA Finals, going down the night, and a judge rules for Texas Tech's Brendan Sorsby. We'll get into that and see where it goes after that when we return here on Exports Live, brought to you by C&B Linen.
Are you looking for a non-factory job environment? Livingstone Freight Solutions is a 3PL company that began managing warehouses in Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. With our multiple shifts and experienced management team, our goal is to give you, as an employee, a safe family work environment and competitive wages. We offer a wide variety of employment opportunities from forklift drivers to management level positions. We also strive to offer a competitive benefit package and PTO options. For more information or to apply, visit us at livingstonefs.com or give us a call at 931-269-3255.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
Shop McMaster's Home Gallery for furniture, appliances, and more. And shop quality, shop convenience, shop service, shop local. A family-owned business with a long history of serving the region. We're a one-stop home furnishings destination. We feature brands you know, competitively priced, backed by professional installation and service. You can trust that we'll take good care of you before and after the sale. For your home, shop smart. Shop McMaster's Home Gallery today.
Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by One Stop Medical at its best.
From our humble beginnings to today, Parks Lumber Company has continuously served Lawrence and surrounding counties for over a century. Although we started as a small lumber yard in 1896, we have grown to include everything you need to make your dream project come to life. No matter your building needs, our experienced staff will be with you every step of the way to ensure you receive the highest customer service and attention to detail you deserve. Visit us at 106 2nd Street or on Facebook. We guarantee you will see working with PLC is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to X Sports Live, brought to you by C&B Linen. AJ Good here, joined by Cade Schultz. And Cade, before we go back into the playoffs, talking about the National Hockey League and the NBA, got some college football breaking news happening right now. And, of course, the center of the college football universe outside of whatever's going on with the college football playoff has been this Brendan Sorsby story at Texas Tech. Here's coming right off the ESPN article. Texas Tech star Brendan Sorsby has been granted a temporary injunction against the NCAA that could clear the way for him to play for the Red Raiders in 2026, even after the transfer quarterback was declared ineligible for wagering on college sports. Texas judge granted Sorsby a preliminary injunction Monday that prevents the NCAA from punishing him for violating its own rules on sports gambling. Judge Ken Curry ruled that Sorsby's attorneys demonstrated that he will suffer a probable and imminent and irreparable injury if he is unable to play for the Red Raiders in 2026, and enjoined the NCAA from prohibiting Sorsby from practicing or playing this fall. Sorsby will still miss Texas Tech's first 2 games, which was a penalty that had been proposed by his attorneys. Sorsby was ruled ineligible by the NCAA after it discovered he had wagered approximately $90,000 on professional and college sports over 4 years, including 40 bets involving Indiana football when he was a freshman with the Hoosiers in 2022. NCAA denied Texas Tech's appeal for reinstatement on Friday. What do you think about that, Cade?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, AJ. I didn't know much about this. I'm not a big college football guy. I'll just be honest.
Yeah.
But I don't think he should come back. Just me being honest with you, that's my opinion. I mean, I don't know. Of course, like you said, his legal team, I guess, arguing that it would kind of hurt his draft stock, maybe, right. And I guess I can see that. But I don't agree with. I mean, especially what do we have standards for?
Exactly.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but that's about all. Just to put it simple, all I can say about it. I haven't read into it and know too much to say.
There's gambling rules, and he's admitted to this. He's been put into rehab for this. I'm sure.
Oh, so he's even put into rehab.
Yeah, he's again, $90,000. He bet 40 times, won Indiana when he was a freshman at Indiana. I mean, it's documented. It's out there. Rules are rules. You break them, you pay the price for it. I just having a really, really hard time just understanding how a judge can look at that. And I'm sure he's got good reasoning. But then again, I don't think this is going to go far. I still don't think he's going to play in 2026 because this judge is out of Lubbock. This is a local guy. This still has to go. It'll probably end up at the federal level. And think about this from the Texas Tech perspective. Say the season does happening and they don't get this in front of a judge in time. You have this guy on your roster. Everything that you might win with him, and more than likely you're going to get ruled against in federal court, you're not. Everything that you accomplish this year is going to be erased anyways.
Right.
Why would you take that chance when you're playing with fire in this situation?
Right. Yeah. You're right, AJ. I mean, I ain't got much to say other than, like you said. He's getting the. I guess they're trying to justify it as, okay, we'll give him 2 games.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, thank you for admitting it, but there you go.
Yeah. Like, and the thing is, he admitted to doing this, and what do we have rules for? What do we have this stuff for? And almost $100,000, 40 bets, I think, almost 50, close to 40 bets on his own team. His freshman year, I think it was. So, you just, you got to pay the price for some decisions you make. Yeah, but I like you said, he may not even be, like you mentioned, it may not even get far enough for them to even. You're right. He may not even be able to play.
There's some other stuff that happened going into the weekend, Cade. SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey said there's no talk of a merger with the Big Ten and with the SEC, and called the notion that his conference wants to form a super league, the specter of which is being leveraged by lawmakers as a central threat to the future of college sports as not consistent with the truth. Sankey, in an interview on Friday with ESPN's Paul Feinbaum, outlined the reasons that the SEC does not support a bipartisan bill introduced last week in Congress that would regulate a college sports landscape that's changed dramatically in the new era, multi-million-dollar payrolls for players. Sankey said there were about 12 big buckets of issues the SEC needed to analyze in the first section of a 111-page bill. First section does not include a proposal in a subsequent part to rewrite the Broadcasting Act from 1961. Not going to get into that. The SEC and the Big Ten oppose the idea, which is the bill would make the pooling voluntarily. I really need to see that it's voluntary to understand some of the components of how that would be treated under different scenarios, Sankey said. I think the notion that we will simply rush to say we support is not the appropriate position. I do think it's appropriate to try and work through these issues. So he is pretty much telling everybody the Super League that y'all want so bad, we don't want it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm reading the thing right now. The NCAA actually, it seems to me like they very strongly disagree with, with what the court says and what the court's ruling on this is. Yeah. They're deeply concerned about the damaging, the destabilizing of the outcome and what it could lead to. Yeah. I'm reading that, but yeah. That's from USA Today Sports, actually, is what I'm reading this from.
And there's been so much talk of the SEC and the Big Ten getting together.
Yeah, right.
And I just don't see that being a positive for either league, because right now in your big sports, women's basketball, men's basketball, football, that's a Big Ten dominated.
Yeah.
Big Ten's won 3 football titles in a row. They just swept men's and women's basketball. Okay, the Big Ten is not great in baseball, not great in softball, but for the most part, as much as we love college softball and college baseball, they're not revenue sports. The other 3 are, and the Big Ten has had a pretty good stranglehold on that in recent years. And the Big Ten agrees with the Big 12 and the ACC as far as the college football playoff goes along. SEC does not. So I just don't ever see, if they do form a super league, how are they don't get along.
Right.
And there's
it
going
would
to
be too much.
Yeah, there's too, and at the end of the day, and I've said this before here, as much as I appreciate all sports, the SEC and the Big Ten are not going to come. This merger is a football only, men's basketball only deal for this, because they don't want to organize a national title cross country meet.
Right.
They don't want to organize a national title volleyball tournament.
Right.
They don't want to do that.
They don't.
They want control over college football, maybe men's college basketball, and that's it. But the NCAA is only going to – they're basically letting them run college football right now and be okay with that. But I just think, like Greg Sankey says, he knows it, and everybody – but, the main talking heads in sports media just don't understand there's major implications with this. If you take just football, the NCAA is going to take it. You take everything else with you.
Exactly.
You take everything else with you.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure those two leagues do not want to do that.
Right. And that's just like going, and they made a mention here on USA Today, NCAA is committed to supporting all student athletes' mental health. Okay? So do they not have and I know if things go to court, then anything can, what at the end of the day, what the judge rules. But if that's the case, and they, like it says here, is strongly, actually it says it twice, disagrees, then can we just keep things simple? That's just how my mind works. And I know things are a lot more complex than that, and a lot, I get that. I'm just a small town, country road living kid, but I'm just reading that in this article. Yeah. And of course they are it says they are committed, or it states they are committed to helping one's mental health, and apparently he did go to a rehab for this, so
it's
I don't know.
It's a different world we're living in than what we grew up in, Kay. But let's get to the pro sports side of things. Game 3 of the NBA Finals tonight. The Knicks came from behind and won in Game 2. Spurs came from behind, made it really interesting, very interesting down the stretch. But Jalen Brunson hit some big shots, and the Knicks hang on, and they take a 2-0 series lead at home. Just to get into the building right now, I'm looking on the secondary market, Kate. It's $4,400 just to get into the building tonight. President Trump, from what I'm seeing, is supposed to be there, and there's a lot of wild stuff surrounding that. But the big thing is the Knicks go up 3-0. The series is over. This is a must-win for San Antonio. The Garden is going to be rocking tonight. That is not going to be a good environment for San Antonio. But if they can find a way to get a win and somehow get this series back home, I would feel better about their chances. But they had to win one of those games at home, and they just didn't do it.
Yeah. And it looked like, AJ, they were going to take care of Game 2. But they let that slip away from them, and it may come back to bite them at the end. And I'm trying to get some stats pulled up here real quick. But like you mentioned, Cat had Karl Anthony Towns, played almost 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. He was 8 from 12 from the floor, shooting the ball 75% there. His plus minus was plus 11. Jalen had 20 points. He played 40 minutes. He didn't shoot the ball too well. No. But they're going to find a way to fight and get the job done. They're scrappy, and I enjoy watching them play. Yeah. And I was trying to pull up I don't guess I have too good service. Yeah. Trying to pull up the San Antonio side. I don't know exactly how Wemby done or how Castle done or any of them guys on that side. But I think the Spurs second quarter killed them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't even know if they had 20 points in the second quarter. And I may can pull that. They had 18. Yeah. Spurs had 18 points in the second quarter. Or they got outscored 31 to 18. Yeah. In the second quarter.
Yeah.
after taking a 9-point lead, 34-25 lead after the first. So.
Is this stage a little bit too big for the Spurs? Very young Spurs team right now going up against the veterans and the scrappiness of the Knicks.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Maybe so, AJ. And I would like to. I honestly would like to see the Knicks win.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying I would. Okay, I don't really care. I guess you could say at the end of the day, but I wouldn't mind seeing the Spurs take a game or two. You know,
just to make it interesting.
Just to make it interesting.
Yeah.
Just to make it go to 5 or 6.
Yeah.
You know, but Karl Anthony Towns has been playing a while. Jalen Brunson's been playing a while. Josh Hart's been playing a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and New York, it's been a while.
Yeah. Long time.
Long time.
Very long time.
Which 10 years for look right around 10 years for San Antonio too. So
yeah.
But I think going back to your first comment or earlier comment, Knicks take this game 3, then we're looking at 4 and done.
Oh, yeah, or best case 5 and done because they played so good.
Yeah, for sure.
Right now, so it's good for them. We'll see what happens in Game 3 tonight.
Yeah.
The NHL's been crazy, Cade. We get another 1-goal game the other night. Vegas goes up 4-0 going into the third period. They score all 4 goals in the second. Then Carolina somehow, middle of the period, gets 3 goals in 30-plus seconds, gets the game tire with a minute and a half left, and then Vegas on a ball that hits a puck that takes a wild bounce or wild carom off the back wall, hits the goalie in the skate. He knocks it in his own goal, and that's how Vegas wins Game 2. So Game 4 tomorrow night, and I mean, this is the highest scoring Stanley Cup Finals for the first 3 games ever in the Stanley Cup Finals history. This has just been wild, and I mean, everyone should be turning into everything.
Probably a quarter of Vegas fans went ahead and probably just got on out after 2 quarters of play.
Yeah, feeling good about themselves.
Feeling good about themselves. Get home, turn it on the TV, and then 4-1, 4-2, 4-3 within the time you get up to go to the bathroom and come back, and then it's all of a sudden tied with 2 minutes left in regulation, and then goes into overtime.
Mm-hmm.
And Carolina's on the verge of making this a 2-1 series.
Yeah.
So, but in saying that, the Golden Knights was able to hold on.
Yeah.
So, crazy Game 3.
Yeah, all 3 games have been so different. Where Carolina jumps out in Game 1, Vegas answers, then Carolina comes back, and then Vegas answers again. Game 2, Vegas got off to a really good start. Carolina answered, ended up winning it, and then, I mean, you have this wild sequence where first period very even, second period all Vegas, third period all Carolina, and then when you've had all of these great goal scoring sequences by every team, we finally get our first fluke goal.
Yeah,
and it happens in double overtime, which that's hockey. It's just like baseball. Sometimes you hit a ball off the end of the bat.
Oh, was last night double overtime?
Yeah. 2 nights ago was double.
Oh, two nights ago. That's
on
right.
Saturday, but it's just like baseball, Kate. Sometimes you hit a ball off the end of the bat and just no one's there, and it falls in, and that was that. Or sometimes you shoot a shot and it hits every part of the rim and even hits the backboard. Sometimes falls in, and then other times you think it's perfect coming out of your hand and it bounces around and doesn't roll in. That was last Saturday night's version of that. And sometimes it's this is back-to-back games for Carolina where they have not gotten off to a great start. They won one of them, but the goal for them is Vegas has figured out how to combat their defense. They got to make some adjustments here in Game 4 and be the aggressors.
Right.
But also Vegas has taken advantage of their over-aggressiveness. They got to rein it back in a little bit here in Game 4.
Well, and with Vegas up now 2-1, the series returns to Vegas again for Game 4, and that could be big for them. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, they could go on up, use their momentum, use home. I guess not
ice.
a home ice advantage.
ice,
I
there
had
you
to think.
go.
Had to
Yeah.
think about it a minute.
Yeah, home ice.
Advantage there. Go on up 3-1.
Yeah.
You know, and try to take care of business.
Carolina wants it even.
They
and
want
wants
it
2-2
Right.
in Carolina. in
Exactly,
Game 5.
and you can see how they played that third quarter,
Mhm.
or excuse me, that third period.
Yeah.
And how quick things can change.
Yeah.
So be on the watch for that. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I mean, everybody tune in. I mean, this series has just been insane. You're literally on the edge of your seat.
Yes.
You can't turn it off because next thing you know, it's a 4-0 game, and then literally in the span of under 40 seconds, it's 4-3. This game's incredible. I love it so much. But Gabe, that will do it for X Sports Live here on Tuesday. Monday, excuse me. As far as we know, Babe Ruth is still on. If anything changes, we'll keep you guys posted. Then we'll be back for X Sports Live on Wednesday. So for Cade, myself, we'll see you guys on Wednesday.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.